Heard you a snitch, nigga be quiet cause you could get bitch. I keep a chopper, it's loaded. Hop with the rolls, got my name on the curtain. Fucking your thought and I do that for certain. And I stay clean like detergent. Popping on Xannies and popping on Perk. Burn up on me, you get cut like a turkey. I just want this bitch inside of Billy. I'm open no roof, got stars up on the roof. So my feet.
Hey, everyone, welcome to episode 8 of What If Izuku Midoriya was Dr. Octopus. Let's get this shit in right and proper, shall we? Last time we left off, Izuku, who successfully knocked someone unconscious that was following him, mugged him, threw him in an alleyway and a restaurant's dumpster, took his money, threw all his shit in the fucking fire and left. So, yeah. At that point in time, that's basically what happened. Izuku ended up getting called to the precinct. Basically, he verbally beat the dog shit out of Naoimasa. All Might's police contact. And they got to go home. Home along with Inko and Hasashi. So, on the way home, Inko is talking to Izuku like, did you actually? And he's like, no. No, why would I do that? No. Oh, that's stupid. Why would I knock someone unconscious? For money. That's not going to be a problem soon. But, when it comes back to the next day, the previous night, when Endeavor hears about the fact that, hey, he knocked him out. Endeavor's like, had it mentally, because it's like, this kid pissed me off. He's able to beat the dog shit out of my son, basically using nothing. Being able to most likely make me look like a fool. Just, it's strange how much innate ability that kid has. There's no way that he's not quirkless, and every file that he has found deems him quirkless, and he does not think that's at all. So, yeah, as soon as dude has recovered, he's following him again, and it is actually being paid out of Endeavor's pocket. Now, during this, Izuku, snags pictures of him. And then one time just calls the police. Right? And this is before this stain incident, mind you. So, after he calls the police, he's just waiting there. Not playing, he's sneaking even more pictures of dude just standing there watching him. He's hidden. But yeah, sure, you have a shrinking quirk somewhat, but can't hide that good, chief. So, police roll up. He's going to show, Izuku shows the pictures of the man who is following him and has been for like a couple hours. Now, Shrinking Dude doesn't know what's going on. So, like, they realize that, yeah, no, this shit's kind of creepy. Yeah, no, we need to book him. So, what they end up doing is, like, they talk to Izuku more and more, and Izuku just tells one just to go around the building. I'll just wait here. Here, you keep talking to me. Me and, your boy over there could just tackle him. Yep. And because and from what I could tell, unless he's just naturally really short, man has a shrinking quirk. You got him. One of the cops nods, says, I'll do it. And he goes around the building, telling his partner Frank that he's going to go get some coffee. He goes to the cafe front, goes all the way around the cafe, goes into the cafe alleyway, and Izuku's just talking, explaining how long this has been going on. And I'm gonna say this is about a week into like their internships. Right, and Izuku has him like damn near in 4K stalking him the entire week. And homie doesn't notice fucking the cop basically right behind him and scoops his ass up. And just basically gives him the damn Miranda rights because his ass, this shit's kind of sus, homie, and it's pretty self-explanatory. This guy may or may not be going to prison, but when it comes down to after like that, Izuku's parents are called. They're back in the police station. Izuku explains about, like, the guy who's been following him. The same guy that I apparently mugged. Which, now Amasa's fucking stunned. That, like, okay, he probably didn't mug him. I was trying to get, like, details on him. I did not think that, hey, this person who has a hero license would lie to me. Good to know. So, since, like, there are multiple pictures of the entire week of him just following him, Enko and Asashi want his ass in prison. and just on some, like, you do not step within, like, 1 mile of my child. Just stay the fuck away from my kid. So, yeah. Yeah, after that, there's just all this shit going on in the background. And Izuku, like, low-key fed this information to the news. So that shit kind of blew up for a bit, like, local hero spotted stalking child. It's like just an entire media fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, people are like watching their backs more often, just being on some shit. You know what I mean? Like, all for one is looking at this and it's like, who leaked that? We don't know, sir. Find it. It's like, find whoever the fuck did that. And I want to know. Sate my curiosity. It was all right, sir. They get to walking. Izuku, who and Mirako do spar often and regularly, like just as vicious. Like, because now that Mirako actually is taking him seriously, he's taking her seriously. And they're both, like, usually, 9 times out of 10, recovery girl is called. Well, because neither of them know when to stop. Because, like, both of them in the same room, when they're ready to fight, it's weird. Because, like, it's just so fucking strange. Like, they both get so violent so quickly. Like, and it's like one of those, like, friendly violence. Like, the type of violence that you would get from, like, martial arts tournaments. Like, but someone did something real fucking personal to the other one. Just, I'm gonna beat your ass. And that is the shit that they are on all the way until the Stain incident. Now, to the Stain incident. Since Izuku, this is actually extremely important, so I'm gonna actually calm the fuck down for a minute. Give me a minute. Alright. Since Izuku wasn't in the area of Ida, some things happened. Some very interesting things happened. Ida is now in a wheelchair. And the only reason he's not dead is because Izuku found him in time. Ida is no longer on the story. For all of you Tenya Ida fans, my apologies, but that fucking collie will finally shut the fuck up. But anyway, fuck now. But when it comes down to it, Izuku, when he does get there, I'm gonna go into as best detail as I could with the Stain fight. Izuku using the roofs to get around more often because he was chasing a flying Nomu that was flying in that direction. After finally hitting that thing with a fucking laser because he knows it's not human, he just kind of eviscerates the fucker. He goes to, like, double tap, and he realizes that it fell in an alleyway with, like, a fair bit of blood. Native's dead. Ira's about to die. Stain's looking up at him like, the fuck? Okay. And also, like, kind of glancing down at the body of the monstrosity that's there. Izuku's eyes are just fucking wide. He blinks once. Stain. And looks at this and is like, this is, well, yep, fucking kill him. He stabs down at Ida. Stabbing him directly in his belly button. Just, he doesn't get to do what he wanted. He doesn't get to rip out sideways with his sword. Which saved Ida's life. Izuku, using all 8 of his arms, flinging himself down there. All full force. Because someone's life is in danger, someone's already dead. Izuku grabs Stain with one of the Doc-Ock arms, and something injects into him as Izuku slams him head first into the pavement. Now, that thing that injected was the fear toxin that Izuku made. Basically, the really powerful psychedelics. It's not addictive, but fuck. It's a high. But anyway, hey, more importantly, like, Stain's tripping the fuck out, having a really bad trip. And Izuku's beating the dog shit out of him. Stain, granted, he is one of the more, like, powerful My Hero Acca villains. He is dodging a fair few of his attacks, but there are 10 limbs going at him at once. Because all of the Doc Ock arms and Izuku's fucking hands. Now, Izuku is able to grab Stain by the head with one of the arms and just slam him and drag his ass like through a building. And throw his ass out to the middle of the street, grab Ida, look at Native's severed head, and just fucking leave. Because he also stops, waits a minute, like knows that if he probably doesn't get Stain to a hospital, he's probably dying too. So the rest of the arms wrap around Stain and start like just like getting all of his equipment off. And Izuku's full fucking sprint running towards the hospital. And then he sees a fucking ambulance. So, thank God. He fucking basically lands right next to it, explains what's happening, explains that, hey, this is Stain. And I dealt with it. And this is like in front of a fair few civilians, too. He explains what happened to Edith. Edith's unconscious. He explains the street where Native is because he's fucking dead. And I'm gonna watch that later. But, yeah. If you are not, go sub to those people. Hot swappable. If you fuck with, like, D&D stuff, you'll fuck with this. You'll vibe with it. Because they do like a Naruto D&D. It's interesting. Just go watch it. Go watch it. Anyway. When it comes down to it, Ida gets carted off. Izuku goes along with him. Gets told, no, you have to go find your, like, supervisor. And, like, what they didn't notice is, like, Mirko's not around. Mirko's not even on that part of the city at the moment. Like, Izuku kind of just was in this part of the city, not on duty. Like, it was just in Hosu when this shit went down. Subconsciously looking for Ida, but in reality, he was going to the Waffle House. This man wanted 3 waffles and a fuck ton of whipped cream. But anyway, Izuku just wanted fucking waffles, man. Yeah, sure, it was like for dinner, but fuck it. Breakfast for dinner any day. So, Izuku gets left behind What they didn't notice is that, hey, there was like a small media outlet there. There was a reporter. And he walks up to Izuku, starts asking him questions. He is talking to them, but like the Nomus are still fucking kinda around. And he's like basically telling them, hey, how about we not do this right now because of that? And he's going to point at a Nomu, charging them. As that is happening, Izuku, who raises 4 tentacles, basically connects them all and fires a big fuck off laser that like burns the Nomu like to ash. It was a small, concentrated burst, like enough to where it wouldn't completely go through it. And fucking annihilate a building behind him, the Nomu, but it would all be used up basically Thanos dusting this fucker. Like, he's like, nah, not in the mood. And during that, he's like, oh, you killed it, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, first off, that's not human, so I can do that. And second off, I don't know why the fuck y'all are still here. Y'all need to leave. And he basically picks up everyone with his arms and just starts fucking running. Running to like a safer spot away from most of the carnage. And that small media outlet basically blew the fuck up. Because after that scene, yeah, sure, people like Endeavor was doing stuff, but this is like someone who recently came into the spotlight, took in the Hero Killer stain, and all that good shit, so that's surprising. So Izuku, like, Izuku ends up going to the PD again. Inko and Sashi are there again because they're like, what the fuck have you been doing, kid? And it's like, I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know why they keep calling me to the police station. His mother and father don't know what he did to Stain yet. So, yeah. So when it comes down to it, Izuku is kind of just... He walks into the police station, goes to the commissioner office, gets sat down, Mirako is there, and like, his parents, and he basically tells Izuku, you can't be doing this. And he's like, what do you mean? And he basically shows, like, the entire video of him getting to, like, the ambulance, destroying the Nomu, and getting them to safety. So, Inko and Sashi are just looking at him, and he's like, okay, first off, me and you both know I was going to get waffles. You know the only worth a damn place in this city is the Waffle Hut and Hosu. So don't even be on me with that. We all agreed I was gonna go pick up dinner. That's y'all's fault. And it's like, I'm fine. Yes, that's y'all's fault. Don't look at me like that. And don't you dare. Hey. And he kind of, like, low-key gets reamed out by the cop. And then gets reamed out by Mirko, which then precedes an argument between him, Mirko, and the police chief. He explains the situation, why Native is dead, and why Ida has a hole in his stomach through his back. In extremely vivid detail. I want to point this out. I'm talking vivid. Like, he didn't forget what Native's face looked like. Because, like, it wasn't a clean chop your heads off with Native. Native got his head chopped off by the jaw, which means, like, where your jaw is basically cut through that bit and cut your shit off. He basically asked the barber for a little bit off the top, and he took way too fucking much. But anyway, fuck. God damn it. But when it comes down to it, Izuku starts telling them why he acted and what was going on. Inko and Hisashi are fucking mortified that their son's seen a corpse. Like, they were already kind of fucking mortified at the video, but the vivid detail that Izuku gave a description of the entire event, it's kind of fucked. So, in all reality, Izuku proceeded to ream the police chief out and that's about it. Like, Mirko didn't do anything wrong in his eyes. She did levy some, like, valid points, but, like, he wasn't paying attention. He was trying to save someone in his friend group, in quotations. But, yeah. When it comes down to the entire ordeal, it's not that difficult. Granted, Izuku did get stronger from training with Mirko, meaning that, like, people that will attack you, like punches and kicks and shit, nah, that shit's not even touching Izuku. He has mastered the defense of close-range combatants at this point. Mirko, at his last sparring session with her, could not land a fucking hit. She just couldn't. Which impressed and scared her, because she ended up telling other people in the hero community that, hey, you know that kid that caught fucking Stain? Yeah, no, I could see how we did it. They're like, why? You can't touch him when he's in, like, when he's focused and he's ready to beat the dog shit out of you. And it was like, really? Like, so you're not just getting rusty, Mirko? It was like, no. No, and which shocks everyone because Mirko is hot-headed. And usually very ballsy. Now, talking about Izuku, there is a fucking twinge of fear. Because he was only smiling. Like he was enjoying it. Like the fighting, when it came down to it, he was just enjoying it. Nothing else. He reveled in beating the dog shit out of her. Which she explains once again in vivid detail, like she got some PTSD from it. So, like, when Izuku, like, goes back to school, like, a lot of people are talking. Like, people don't want to fight Izuku. Ever. So, God, I want to say that final exams are soon. Yeah, I'm like 90% certain the final exams are soon. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna go check that. Oh, shit, hold up. Okay. The fuck? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna pause this, I'm gonna be right back. Nope, it was not that. It was the Camino Ward incident, also known as the training camp. So, I thought it was the training camp, but I never gotta be too soon. Gotta always check your shit. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Izuku, after the entire, how do I say this? Fuck. I'm gonna say, like, after most of the media shit blew over about the training camp happens. Now, UA is getting a fucking reputation. Like, holy shit. God damn it, no! I'll be right back. Fuck. So, yeah. Almost completely glossed over the training camp incident. My bad. But, Izuku. I'm sorry. I literally was able to eat dinner. That's how long that thing was on. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, when they're on the bus to the training camp, people are talking specifically to and about Izuku. All of them know that he's fucking quirkless, and all of them know he could beat their ass. Like, handedly. Izuku, at this point, has garnered fear and respect by everyone in his class. He demands it of them. And, God, he gets that shit in spades. The friend group doesn't really change that much. They all go fucking get Ida's fucking droopy ass. Has put his ass in a wheelchair, tell him to get going so we could just go fuck around. Like on their days off. Because God knows, like, Ida's not in the story anymore, so, like, granted, Izuku, like, gives Ida one of the most I hate you so much, but I care for you too much to die type of speeches. That is both simultaneously a fuck you and you're like, I'm supposed to be smart. And I do this shit. And it's just. And you're quirkless. And you can't walk. Anyway, fuck. God damn it. But yeah. But like, they are trying to like do surgeries and shit to unfuck Ida's legs. It's gonna take a while. But like, he ain't walking on those for a while either, so. Eh. So, when it comes down to it, Izuku, all of them, they get to the training camp. Usual fucking wild pussycats come in. They were told about Izuku. And to test him specifically. Like, if possible, fucking have as many of them like mud monsters. Heat seek on his ass. Like, because we need to know his extent. So they're talking and talking and talking. Izuku slowly but surely, without everyone realizing, kind of just gets back onto the bus. And then the usual fucking all of the fucking floor gives out. Everyone but Izuku is forced to run their ass there, while Izuku is literally laying down underneath the fucking seats of the bus, chilling on his phone, and texts Mina and them with a picture of Izuku under a bus seat. And just says, I'm disappointed that none of you seen this coming. I mean, like, I had another spot ready and everything. And they're talking and talking, and, well, not talking, and texting back and forth. Izuku has his notifications off. Same with his ringtone, which they try to get his ass caught with it a lot. And no, it's on silence. The only reason that like they don't know he's there is that no one's actively looking, and that's it. They're talking. Izuku falls asleep in the fucking like under the seat of the bus. And when they get there, Izuku's still sleeping, so, like, everyone gets off the bus. Food's already being made. All this other shit. And they're like, where's Izuku? And it's like, what? What do you mean? And wasn't he with you? No, he was underneath the seats. He's been taunting us for an hour. For, like, hours, man. And they're like, fuck off. Just like, they all just look underneath the seat, and Izuku is chilling there with like, chilling there with the juice box, just looking, just staring at him. What's up? Just looking at him. I'm disappointed in all of you. None of you seen me enter this bus. The doors were closed. Y'all should have heard me open the doors. Or, especially you, Aizawa, you getting rusty. And as soon as Izuku says that to Aizawa, the look of a man who taught someone too much and is fucking upset that he's better at shit than him. Like, just salty. Like, that is the only thing that I can say, just salty. Fucking salt fields. And fucking, I want to say, it was like Nevada or someplace really fucking dry, just the salt fields, homie. Just everything's bad. Like, every hero guy in there has a bad taste in their mouth. And after Izuku gets up, basically like throws all of the snacks that he ate in the trash. He smells the food and he's like, I'm full. And he just goes to the fucking sleeping area, hangs like a hammock in the rafters, and goes the fuck to sleep. He's just like, nah. He's like, we made a plate for you though. And he's like, he stops. An arm comes out from the hammock with a note attached, just says, give it to the arm, please. It's just like, and it just tinking, just like palm open. It's all on the plate. Brings it back to Izuku. Sound of chewing noises. Anyway. But, yeah. 2 days passed. People... Tiger did do that thing like, hey... And it was like the next day after they were all well rested. Do that, hey... Fight me thing. Like that, hey... Anyone with an enhancement quirk, fight me. And Izuku just 1, 2, 3, like 3 steps in front of everybody and said, yeah, no. Come on. On pillow body. Let's see it. And he's just looking at him, and all of Izuku's tentacles come out. And he's like, I'm gonna enjoy this. I don't know why. Why? Because I have a feeling you people are going to put me through hell again. And flashback to what was left of Mirko's training. Nothing but extreme amounts of workout. Not even sparring. Just working out. Basically for the entire damn day. And Izuku wants to blow off some fucking steam. And this is someone that he could do it with happily. Because he will be a tormentor for like a week. So he thinks. So... No, Mirio has one for all. I'm saying that now because no, I didn't give it to any. Mirio has it. So, Izuku puts Tiger in a stretcher. Like, he slumps him. Like, Pillar Body is a good quirk. Don't get me wrong. But, like, after, like, a couple swings, there's only, like, a couple more places that you could turn. And Izuku has 10 limbs going to grab and punch at you. So, yeah. Izuku just, like... When all of his limbs were grabbed, proceeded to mollywop the fuck out of him. Granted, he never hit Izuku once. He was trying to prove a point to the class, and yeah, nope, Izuku was proving a point. I could beat the dog shit out of you. You and about half of the teachers on staff. On God. Bring it. So yeah. Like, Aizawa is teaching Izuku specifically on stealth tactics because he asked. Because Izuku is still kind of sloppy at stealth. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he could jump the fuck out of you, but he's still sloppy when it comes to stealth. Granted, homie does have like a really nice gear and like a bit of cloaking tech, but that doesn't help like with light footfalls. You know what I mean? He has my kind of footfalls where it's kind of open to interpretation of like this ominous feeling of, hey, why is he walking towards me so casually? Just like his version of stealth. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's not like oriented towards like a quiet environment. It's oriented towards a cityscape, which granted is good, but he wants it to be better. So yeah, what Aizawa does is basically like tie bells to Izuku's legs, so if he fucking moves too fast, those things are gonna start ringing, and they're gonna have to do the entire exercise over again. But yeah. Now to the real shit. The fun stuff. The attack. Now, Shigaraki is upset. He's going there himself. Along with, but not limited to, who like the Action Vanguard Squad. Because he's fucking upset. Like, Bakugo is the main, like, snatch and grab target. But Shigaraki wants, like, a kill order on Izuku. You see him, you kill him. It's not like you play with your food. Nah, you snap his neck. For real. And, like, the fact that, like, Dabi, like, Shredder, Lizard Dude, and Compressing, all of them are, like, fans of, like, Shiggy. Not Shiggy. Stain. They all kind of, like, heard about, hey, Izuku was the one to take out Stain. So they're kind of going to take his lessons to heart and, like, not fuck around. When it comes to Izuku, if they get in contact with him, Muscular still being cocky as fuck. And Moonfish is still being Moonfish. He still has like a bondage fetish and that weird ass teeth thing. Now, granted, we all, the Metal Gear Solid, I want to say it was Metal Gear 5, where this chick literally fucking, like, goes to, like, kill a dude and, like, stabs him in the teeth, breaks his 2 front teeth. Like, the noise that it makes is fucking, it's gross. But that's a cool ass scene. But anyway. But yeah, that's why I don't like Moonfish, because of that one scene that I made. Well, not made, scene. So, yeah. But, we're almost at 50 minutes. Damn. I might just make this a long one. Ah, fuck it, might as well. So, Izuku, all in all, is just really, just getting even better with and without the Doc Ock arms. Which is, you know, clearing up his fucking weaknesses. Polishing them and covering them in steel so that they cannot be worked on in the future. So, when the attack happens, he did meet Coda. Coda didn't try and punch him in the dick. Like, he was next to Kotsky, moping. Kotsky kind of bitched at him and got hit in the balls. So yeah, that made Izuku laugh his little ass off. But yeah, when like he realizes like, hey, where's Coda? It's like he did follow Coda multiple times to like that little spot on the mountain. So he's like, oh, he's probably there. He's gonna be concerned when he sees a lot of blue fire. But yeah. Just like during the attack, Muscular, being the weird fuck that he is playing with his food. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't mean like that, you fucking weirdos. Stop it. Stop thinking like that. You're nasty. But what do I mean by that? Just mocking the fuck out of him. Telling him that he's just mental torture. In all reality. Basically, telling him he is the reason that he killed his parents. Just like trying to do shit that would fuck with his head. But when Izuku comes up, Muscular and him make fucking eye contact. And Coda, taking the fucking advantage of this, fucking dips. And Izuku like grabs Coda by the shoulder. And he's like, yeah, go to like the main house. Where like the study hall is, yeah? Yeah, cool. Just pat him on the shoulder. He runs off. Now, holy fuck. This will be great. Now, when it comes down to Izuku versus Muscular, a fight fueled and powered by anime bullshit, man. Oh, fuck. Damn it. But yeah, when it comes down to it, Izuku is one of those people in this that if you like purposefully fuck with kids and you're a grown ass man, you aren't considered human to him. And he has a way to ash people. He's gonna look around, realize that no one's there. Muscular tries to take advantage of the situation, jump at Izuku. So like what he does is try to like levy a really strong, like his max power punch at Izuku, when like a tentacle just comes out, grabs his hand, and fires a laser, completely fucking eviscerating his arm. He falls down to the ground screaming. Blood coming out, all that shit. Izuku, like, has other arms grab the other three limbs. And another tentacle wrap around his mouth so he shuts the fuck up. And he brings him in close. And looks at him in his real eye. And just says, You know why I became a hero? so I could sharpen my claws and fangs. And it has been going wonderfully. But truthfully, the second reason is to kill people like you. People who leave children broken, unknowing of what will be there for them, leaving them nothing. I will show you every aspect of pain. You will wish for death. Don't worry, it will come. But it will come very, very slowly. So the next 2 minutes is a gruesome sight of Izuku ripping the limbs off of Muscular, burning the wound shut, and ashing them, also destroying any small blood splats that would have been there. But regardless, Muscular is being brutalized. And Muscular's phone goes off, which Izuku notices. Picks it up. He looks at the number. And he just looks at Muscular and says, "Where's the evacuation point?" Muscular is only asking to die at this point. Izuku has used what little, what he had left of just, really fucking nasty drugs just to pump in his body to, stimulate his sentences. So he feels everything about sixfold. So, yeah. He's begging for death, and he's basically screaming, "Will you kill me if I tell you?" He says yes. He explains where it is, wishing for death. Izuku grabs him by his face and drags his ass to that location. Now, during that time, usual Class 1A things happen. Mustard is taken out by the usual crew of Tetsu and Kando. Yeah. They're able to get Dark Shadow back. But the most interesting thing, Izuku, when they lose them in the forest, they think, "Oh, this was an amazing bag." And what everyone sees, well, specifically what all of the League members see, is a armless, legless, eyeless, cheekless, earless, hairless, Muscular be thrown at their feet, still screaming. But it's a silent scream, because his vocal cords gave out. In between the silent screams, there are coughs of blood. And Izuku walks out looking perfectly clean. Same with his tentacles as well. He's making sure there's no way that this shit's coming back to him. And he basically just walks out into this field and just looks at them. And just says, take your dog. I played with him enough. Turns out I broke it. Now, he told me everything I wanted to know. He didn't tell me where your base of locations were, because that wouldn't be as fun as hunting you down myself. And killing intent to rival All for Ones is leaking out like a madman. Izuku looks at them all. All of them just frightened. And what a fucking gruesome display. You're going to take the broken toy, and he's going to point at Muscular. And you're going to send a message to someone that I could only assume to be All for One. Tell him that I will come for him with extreme prejudice. Everyone around him will be my toy. Including him. Especially him. I want to make an example of you creatures. For you are not human. Those who allow killers of children among your ranks. That will not do. Now, run along. I will find you in time. And don't you worry. Not one bit. Little ones. When I play, I'm gentle when I start. But when it comes to me being vindictive, that's when you should be feared. When you should fear for your life. I believe your name was Dobby. Yes. He smiles, looking at Dobby. Now, Shigaraki is fucking stunned. Shigaraki, stunned at such a vile and vicious display, looks at Izuku. What are you, boy? Izuku, still smiling that innocent smile, in the animated adaptation, his eyes are glowing red. His green on his suit is turned to a crimson red with his eyes. His skin black as the night sky. His tentacles green. A vile, sickly green. And he says, simple. I am villainy,'s end. I am the end to all who oppose me. It will just take time. And me being so young, I have it in spades. I am a wolf in sheep's clothing that once revealed other wolves will rise with me. And they will learn how to truly get rid of parasites, insects, and most important of all, degenerates. Because I could agree with some things. Very few, in fact. One of them being an old punishment given by the Romans, of all people. Shigaraki Tomura, or Shimoda? You and all those who follow you. I say this too. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.